In this episode of WeBlocks Academy, we will create a calculator for your Webflow website. Hey guys, my name is Mac, and in this episode of WeBlocks Academy, we are going to create a budget calculator. It means that we can choose the options which we want in our project. In this case, it will be a Webflow project where you can choose how many pages you want, and the price is changing accordingly. So if I will choose a basic animations, the price is 4,000, advanced it's 5,000. As you see, we can create here calculations, and based on our answers, the price is changing. So the project is designed in Webflow, and the calculations, the logic part, is created in WeBlocks. So in this video, I will not focus on the WeBlocks on Webflow because design is finished. You can clone it. Just click in a clone project in a link which is below this video, and in this video I will focus on WeBlocks. WeBlocks is a tool where we can create a JavaScript based on blocks. And right now, to connect the WeBlocks with Webflow, I just need to copy and paste this script from WeBlocks and paste it to the footer code inside of the Webflow project, or the page where we want to have this logic. So in this case, I would just copy and paste it to the home footer code, and when I refresh, then nothing should work. Okay, the price is not changing, and that's because we have a fresh WeBlocks project. So in the WeBlocks, the first thing which we need to add when we want to work on a forms is we go to the form chapter, which is the second, and we have the input on change. And this way we can connect our input from Webflow to WeBlocks. If we want to connect the input from Webflow, we need to check first what is the name of this input. In this case, it will be the animations for this one, and the first one has the name pages. I copy this name, and I will paste it here in the input on change. So I click rename variable and I paste pages. So right now this input will check if the input pages has changed, and if it changed, we want to set text pages in, and we will check what is how to trigger this element, and this element has an attribute block budget. So in this case, I will connect it with a block budget. If I refresh this project, you can see that when I choose one of these options, this number is changing from 1, 2, and 3. And that's because we have the input value 1, 2, and 3. About input values and names for radio inputs in Webflow, it's very important to change it in a parent element. It means that if you have a navigation, you need to change the name and the value in a parent, because if you will try to do it here inside of the radio input, it will not work. It's a little Webflow bug, but it's very easy to handle it, just changing the name and the value in the parent element. Okay, let's go back to the WeBlocks. And right now, if we have 1, 2, and 3, we can use the if statement, which is in a logic, and just check this way if pages is equal to, and from the math, we are taking the number. If pages is equal to 1, we want to do something. In this example, it can be, for example, just setting a text 1000. Okay, so if pages is equal to 1, then we want to set 1000. Else if pages is equal to 2, we would like to set 2000. Okay, and else if pages is equal to 3, we want to set 3000. Okay, let's refresh. And right now, when I choose option 1, I have 1000, 2000, and 3000. So this way, we can check what is the value of the input. But the problem is if we have more inputs, because we have also the input animations and input services. And right now, when I will check the name of this input, animations, it's name animations. Right now, if we want to connect it with the second input, I need to create a next variable. The variable I can create in this chapter, and just clicking create variable, I paste the name animations. And right now, I just copy and paste this block using Command C, and I change it for the animations. And right now, when I will change this, it's changing, and when I change this, it's also changing. But these two inputs are not connected with each other. We need to create a next variable, which will be called budget, and this way we can connect these two inputs. We can set the budget to, or we can set that if the pages is equal to 1, we want to change the budget by, and in this example it will be changed by 1000. So we want to add 1000 to the budget. In this case, we want to change it by 2000 and change by 3000. At the end, we want to set text budget to block budget. And the same we can do for the animations. Okay, great. Let's see how it will work right now. If I will choose that this is 2000, right now it's 5000, 8000, and this is growing every time because we said change by 1000. But we need to always start it from 0, and this way it will not grow to the infinity, but it will start every time with 0. And to make it, I will use a set budget to, I will duplicate this, set budget to 0 here and here. And right now, if we have set budget to 0, we need to check first what is the value of pages, and next also what is the value of animations. And in this case, exactly the same. We want to check what is the value of pages and what is the value of animations. And right now, when I will refresh the project, when I will set here, I have 2000 and 4000. So right now it works perfect. So that's what we need. Every time when input pages is changing, it's setting it to 0, it's checking the value of pages, it's checking the value of animations, and it's setting the text budget. And exactly the same for the input pages. But right now, we have 2 blocks of exactly the same code, and if I would like to add the next input, we will have more and more code. In these examples, we are using functions. Functions is something what we can call in, and we use functions if we have a case where we have exactly the same code in two places, and we can just create it. We can call this function calculation. And right now, I can call this function here and here. And it works exactly the same as the previous code. So right now, when I will refresh, it works exactly the same. But it's much easier to add next input. The third input is called services. So I copy this name, and in WeBlocks, I add a new variable. It's services. And right now, I can just connect it this way. I copy and paste this, and I add services here. And I will add also services calculation. So services right now, which will work exactly the same, it will add 1000 on 1, 2000 on 2, and 3000 on 3. So right now when I will refresh and I will check this 3, we have 9000. It works. Okay, but right now let's try to do something else, because right now we are only adding something to the budget. Let's try a multiplication. So to do a multiplication, I can do it in different ways, but very easy way is to make it this way. Change budget by, in case of 2, we want to change it by budget. And this is the first way. It means that if the budget is 8,000, we want to add to this budget exactly the same. It means that it's multiplied by 2. And exactly the same, I could do a set budget 2 and use math and use budget multiplied by 2. So this and this works exactly the same. So just to make it easier, I will use this, and I will set it here and here. So for the first case, where we have services only development, I will just multiply budget by 1. It means that it's exactly the same. If we have design and development, I would like to multiply it by 2. And if we have design, development, and branding, it means that we have 3 times more of work, so I multiplied it by 3. Okay, let's see how it works. So right now, if I will choose this and this, we have 5,000 budget, and if we choose for services, design and development, we have 10,000. Here 15 and 5. So this way we can use other algorithms, other calculations, not only adding, but also all of the calculations which are available in the math chapter. Okay, the last thing which we want to add to our budget calculator are checkboxes. So checkboxes we can connect to our WeBlocks project exactly the same as radio inputs. We just need to copy the name, and it's important to write the names this way, that we have this underscore and not this way, because this way it's not read correctly as a variable in a WeBlocks. In WeBlocks, we are using this kind of variables. Okay, so this is the first. We are adding variable. We are adding input and change, which will be our trigger. We are setting advanced SEO as a first input. And right now, I will add a next logic where I want to check if advanced SEO is true. So right now, if it's true, then I would like to change budget by 3,000. Okay, let's refresh. And if I click on advanced SEO, we are changing budget. We have 3,000. If we will add it, and without it, we have 1821. So this is how we add input checkboxes. And exactly the same, we can add rest of checkboxes. I just need to add variables. So I will firstly add all the 3 variables. Okay, perfect. Right now I will add a trigger, input on change. We have career page, filtering system, and user access. Okay, and right now, here I just need to add career page. I want to change budget by, let's say, 2,000. For filtering system, let's add it 2,500. And for user access, the last one, we will change it by 5,000. Okay, let's refresh. And right now, you can see that those input and change are also changing the value of the price. And if we'd like to make it a little bit easier to read, we can also add something what's called block collapser. So right now, I can add a block collapser which are changing nothing in a code, but we can add just the name pages, calculations, and using Alt, I am clicking Alt, I can move it here. And right now, clicking Command K or Control K on Windows, I can collapse this block. And right now I can add the next. I can add more of the block collapsers. And just call it animations calculation, and using Alt, drag and drop it. Okay, right now services. And advanced functionalities. And I can drag and drop it here. Just delete it. I can put set text out of it and close it. Okay. And I think that right now it's much easier to change this program in the future. So if you would like to change something in a animations calculation, you can just open this block using Command K or just clicking on the right and expand block, click OK, and just change something here, and after that close this block. So this is very nice solution for preparing WeBlocks projects easier to change in the future. Okay, I hope you like the WeBlocks. I hope you like this project. If you would like to create your own budget calculator, just log into WeBlocks. And also don't forget to hit the subscription button to be notified about new videos, and hit the like button to allow more people to see this video. See you soon.